Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to the Sunday services at Center for Spiritual Living, Denver. We are a loving and prospering community in the heart of Denver and online. We now conduct hybrid services at the historic Grant Avenue Community Center and Sacred Place, located at 216 South Grant Street, Denver, Colorado. All are welcomed here. A place, space, and face of love. We are a spiritual community practicing universal principles that enrich our lives. We are grateful that you have blessed us with your presence. While online, we'd love to know you're watching with us. Feel free to leave a comment and let everyone appreciate you. With everything going on, life can feel overwhelming. CSL Denver wants you to know we are here for you. Please know that our practitioners are available for personal prayer work. Our licensed spiritual practitioners' names and phone numbers are available on our website at csldenver.org. Or if you have a prayer request, feel free to email it to info@csldenver.org. For your convenience, you'll find clickable links in the description of this broadcast. Rev Elzia, along with all our guest speakers, practitioners, service coordinators, and musical inspirations, want you to know how truly grateful we are that you are with us today. Thank you for your continued support and participation in our services, workshops, and events, as well as providing financial contributions to our center. If you're interested in upcoming events and information, we send out weekly newsletters. Sign up by visiting www.csldenver.org. We deliver services in a hybrid format where we meet in person at 216 South Grant Street. We will also continue to live stream all services on Facebook and YouTube every Sunday. Find us on our respective channels as well as on New Thought Media Network. Again, thank you for your precious attention. Now prepare for engaging enlightenment.
There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden where God's grace blooms. There is a garden where everything grows, a beautiful garden where love is sown. And in this place of light and love, you can have anything that you're dreaming of. There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden. That garden is you. of light and love. You can't have anything that you're dreaming of. There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden. That garden is you. Such a beautiful garden. That garden is you.
Good morning and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Denver. My name is Tim Hancock. I'm a practitioner here at CSL Denver, and I invite you to close your eyes for the invocation. And as we move into today, we move into the newness of a new year, the newness of starting over, because we are allowed to start over. Our body heals itself and we heal our mind and our spirituality. And the only way to do that sometimes is when we start over. So we bless this new year. We bless this service here today with Reverend Elzia's words and the technology and my words and all of those that have come into our presence today, as well as those who may be watching online or watch through the rest of the week, as well as bless anybody who is anywhere in spirit, whether they are in a mosque, a synagogue, a temple, out in nature, fishing, whatever they are doing, knowing that there is one divine spirit that is in, through, and around each and every one of us. And today we move into that service. We gather our consciousness and know that as we spread love throughout the world, we are spreading goodness as well. And so it is. And our reading today starts out with the concept of New Year's resolution is shifting towards cultural connection with intention setting. As resolutions set at the beginning of a new year are often forgotten, intentions can be revisited throughout the year. With each grand rising, we can incorporate a daily spiritual practice that connects us with our intentions. Many of us like to create vision boards at the beginning of the year that serve as a daily visual reminder of those intentions. We also may use a journal or a planner to set and track personal intentions. Regardless of our goals, when we incorporate a practice of starting our daily conscious of our individual and collective grand rising, the power of that intention creates a beautiful ripple of love across the planet. Every time we wake up, we are at choice. We can look at the day ahead feeling crushed by to-do lists and a perception of responsibilities, or we can remember that our only responsibility is to express ourselves as the divine beings that we are. And from our founder, Ernest Holmes, know your own mind. Train yourself to think what you wish to think. Be what you wish to be. Feel what you wish to feel, and place no limit on principle. And now we move into the music of Susan Clark.
Greetings, CSL Denverites, and to any of you who might be watching us online from parts unknown. My name is Susan Clark, and I will be your musical Sherpa for the month of January. Alice was reminding me that I've done this a few times. I've been your guest musician in January, so thank you for your continued support. Just for fun, I thought I'd start out like this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. welcome to 2024. I don't know about you guys, but 2024 seems kind of futuristic to me, and yet here we are. So here's to continued spiritual growth for us all, peace where it's needed, grace where it's needed, acceptance where it's needed, and celebration whenever you can find something to celebrate, which actually is every day. Alrighty. Hope you enjoy my selections this month. I picked them out especially with your theme in mind, and I hope to see you all in person soon. I picked out a song this week that was written by Nathan Aswell, and to me this song perfectly describes the science of mind philosophy, the teachings of Ernest Holmes. So I want to thank Nathan for writing such an all-inclusive song that talks a little bit about the science of mind. And as an added bonus, it has an interactive part for you. So here's how this is going to work. Should you decide to accept the responsibility, I'm going to sing, I say yes, and you're going to say yes to the thing itself. Yes, yes. To the way it works. Yes, yes. To what it does. Yes, 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 yes. And how to use it. Okay? Got it? Rehearsal time is up. And I just want to let you know I will be watching the service, so I will know if you participated or not. All right, let's do this. A little intro. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I say yes, yes, to the thing itself. Yes, yes, to the way it works. Yes, yes, to what it does. Yes, 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 and how to use it. God, Spirit, that's the thing itself. Cause of all creation, origin of everything. It's what makes me sing. Powerful foundation. Whatever I'm doing, wherever I'm going, it's the voice that whispers in my ear, and it says yes, yes, to the thing itself. Yes, yes, to the way it works. Yes, yes, to what it does. Yes, 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 to how to use it through me. That's the way it works. Principle in action. Thinking this is what I am. Yes, I know I can. Live in satisfaction. Paying the call. Having it all. Peace of mind is a mind, mind, mind. When I say yes, yes, to the thing itself. Yes, yes, to the way it works. Yes, yes, to what it does. Yes, 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 to how to use it. The channel is wide open, the circuitry's defined. I'm focused on the positive, and that's fine. I demonstrate abundance, manifest the proof, immersed in love and wisdom, surrounded by the truth. And I say yes, yes, to the thing itself. Yes, yes, to the way it works. Yes, yes, to what it does. Yes, 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 to how to use it. The circuitry is open, the channel is defined. I'm focused on the positive, and that's fine. I demonstrate abundance and manifest the proof. Immersed in love and wisdom, we're all surrounded by the truth. When we say yes, yes, to the thing itself. Yes, yes,
Thank you, Susan. In 1927, Ernest Holmes wrote the Declaration of Principles, also known as What We Believe, and it was for the first issue of Science of Mind magazine. What we believe has been included in every issue of the magazine for the past 88 years. And we also like to begin the new year with kind of a reaffirmation of what we believe. We believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty, one indestructible, absolute, self-existing cause. This one manifests itself in and through all creation, but is not absorbed by its creation. The manifest universe is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God. We believe in the individualization of the Spirit in us, and that all people are individualizations of the one Spirit. We believe in the eternity, the immortality, and the continuity of the individual soul forever and ever expanding. We believe that heaven is within us and that we experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it. We believe the ultimate goal of life is to be a complete freedom from all discord of every nature, and this goal is sure to be attained by all. We believe in the unity of all life, and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. We believe that God is personal to all who feel this indwelling presence. We believe in the direct revelation of truth through our intuitive and spiritual nature, and that anyone may become a revealer of truth who lives close in contact with the indwelling God. We believe that the universal spirit, which is God, operates through a universal mind, which is the law of God, and that we are surrounded by this creative mind, which receives the direct impress of our thoughts and act upon it. We believe in the healing of the sick and control of conditions through the power of the mind. We believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of life to all. We believe in our own soul, our own spirit, and our own destiny, for we understand that the life of all is God. And so it is.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And welcome to a brand new year. And as they sometimes say, a brand new you. Because this is a moment where we have the opportunity to rethink everything. Now, I know some people say, oh, this is just some arbitrary day that the Gregorian calendar marked, and people got lunar calendars and this calendar and that calendar. But we live here in this time, so we're gonna go with this calendar starting in January, where we declare a new year. So I want to say, welcome to CSL Denver, a space, a place, and a face of love, a spiritual community teaching universal principles and applying ancient wisdom to empower our lives and the lives of others. So you see, the new year is an opportunity, and it's also a challenge. They got that Chinese symbol that means opportunity and challenge all at the same time. So we should remember that often, because that's what we are faced with every day, every year, every month. But the theme of this month's services to kick off the new year is this idea of a grand rising. Now, some of you may not have heard of the grand rising. This is a new term that some of the younger members of our community are using. And it means just that, a grand rising, that we rise up in grandeur, that we rise up in splendor in everything we do, regardless of circumstances or situations, and regardless of your feelings sometimes, right? Because I woke up this morning after traveling, being away, and all kinds of things that I have to attend to, and I wasn't feeling that chipper. And I would have rather stayed in bed. But it was a grand rising because I was able to rise. I was able to wake up. I was able to face life with a smile. With a smile. So I got a question. Susan was saying in the song, she had the idea of saying yes. How many of us each day say yes to whatever it is? The challenge, the surprise, the wanted, the unwanted. Because when the sun rises, and today the theme is a new dawn, the thing itself. A new dawn, the thing itself, as we begin to explore this grand rising. Now, Tim just read the Declaration of Principles that we believe and try to embody to carry forth our lives. And one of the things that we have to say, I think, more than anything, is yes. Because if you've ever been in a situation, well, let me put it this way. How many of you have been in a situation where you're scared and the first thing you do is freeze up? Oh, that's just me. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm the only one to do that. And in that moment, everything, so to speak, goes black, goes dark. But the moment you say yes, there's a grand rising. There's a new dawn of possibilities and ideas and ways to deal with that situation, no matter what it is. So the first thing we want to do when we begin to look at this grand rising and this new dawn is that we have to say yes to life. We have to say yes, I'm going to say that again, to all life. Not just the sweet, flowery things. We have to say it to all things, because all things is what make it life. If it was something other, it would not be life. And so as we go through this journey of life and we have various roads and various options to take, we want to remember that there is always a new dawn. How many people have ever watched a sunrise? If you've seen it in a nice moment, it is the grandest thing you can imagine. To sit and watch it be dark and then watch the little bar of light come through. So there's dark and there's a little light, and then there's the sky or trees or whatever, and it begins to rise as this small little orange line to this grand rising of the sun, of this life-giving entity that doesn't support just me and you. It supports the trees, the ocean, the flowers, the bees. It supports everything in its grand rising. And as we said in our Declaration of Independence, this is a representation of the thing itself. God, source, divine energy. Pick a name. It doesn't answer to any of them in that name anyway. It answers to your heart. It answers to your feelings. It answers to the way you rise every morning with an expectation and an intention to live life fully. To live life fully. Now, when we say new dawn, now I'm from the South, and I've spent a lot of time in the woods at dawn looking for rabbits or whatever I was looking for. There's a moment at dawn, and you can hear it here in Denver. You can hear it everywhere if you pay attention. Just before the sun rises, the birds will start singing. You probably hear it sometime now. It's a quietness, and just before the sunrise, the birds are already in tune. It's not up yet, but they know it's time to get busy. So they start chirping, and you have all the different songbirds. If you notice, the animals, the rabbits or the squirrels or whatever else, are beginning to scurry. They're beginning to, get up and start their day. That's what we have to begin to do. Rumi said this: the breeze at dawn has a secret to tell us. Don't go back to sleep. Don't go back. When we wake up early in the morning, most of us, I know I do sometimes. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna go back to sleep. So I roll over. But that's an indication that there's a grand rising happening. There's an energy. There's a present. There's a secret that's waiting for you to peep it. That's waiting for you to be aware of it. That's waiting for you to pick it up. And that happens every day. Not just, even when the sun is not visible because of clouds, that moment in time is still happening. It is a cycle of life. Cycle of life. Cycle of life. And I'm saying that 3 times for emphasis, because there's nothing on this planet that I'm aware of. Now, I don't know it all, but I'm very studious and observant. There's nothing that does not have a cycle. Pick something, anything you think that may not have a cycle. When you look at it closely, it has a cycle. Whether it's high tide, low tide, whether it's rising or setting of the sun, whether it's the waking and going to sleep, the way we eat and turn that food into energy. That's a new dawn every day. Every moment of our life, we have a chance to recreate, to re-acknowledge, to re-establish ourselves as emanations of the Most High God, however you define it. So as we move forward in 2024, one of the things that we have to, I believe, get beyond, and it's hard in our teachings because we understand that, words have meaning, words have energy. But we have to begin to look at a new way of languaging what we believe. Because the words we have now, they come with preconceived notions. If I was to say dark, most people are going to go something scary, something bad, But dark just means the absence of light. And guess what? If the sun didn't set and you got darkness, it'd be hard for you to go to sleep. And if you've ever gone any amount of time without enough sleep, that's not a good thing. Because you start making mistakes. You start making assumptions. If you do it long enough, you even start seeing things. You start hallucinating. Because there's a built-in cycle that we have to begin with. And if we can't term it correctly, if we can't articulate it appropriately, we start messing with this cycle of life. So this week, think about some of the wording you use and be cautious of how you create that new beginning, how you use the thing itself. So if I could get that first slide, when we think about this new dawn, this grand rising of the thing itself, Ernest Holmes says this in The Science of Mind: there is a universal mind, spirit, intelligence that is the origin of everything. It is first cause. It is God. This universal life and energy finds an outlet in and through all that is energized and through everything that lives. There is one spirit back of all expressions. There's one spirit behind all expressions. And when we can tap into that, it's very easy to have a new dawn. It's very easy to see a grand rising because we're being powered by, we're being uplifted by, we're being supported by an intelligence, an energy, a power that is everlasting. Kind of like that commercial. I know everybody's seen it. My wife don't like when I say everybody, but I'm sure everybody's seen this one. That Ever-Ready Bunny on them Ever-Ready batteries. It just keeps on going. And that's what the Spirit of the Divine does. It just keeps on going. It keeps presenting new moments, new times, new ideas to overcome anything that we may be faced with. But in these times of change and growth, we have to be diligent. You can't go back to sleep. Rumi said that's the secret is right there. You gotta get up. Do some meditation. Do some journaling. Go sit on the back porch if you can, or look out the window and watch life come alive. Watch a recreation begin. And when winter leaves, and boy, it's cold today here in Colorado, but when spring comes, that's a perfect time to really get a feel for what this means when the transition between winter and spring begins to happen, and the flowers begin to bloom, and the animals begin to refresh their homes, their nests, their burrows. We can see a grand rising of life. So when we begin to take that inner strength that is within us all, that moment where we can just go within and renew, we can go with this next slide. If you bring that slide up, Paul, it says this: the spiritual journey is one of constant transformation. In order to grow, you must give up the struggle to remain the same and learn to embrace change at all times. Learn to embrace change at all times. Everybody in this room has changed, even if it's just a little bit from when you were born. Everybody, right? Matter of fact, you probably changed a little bit from what you did on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve, because you had new insights. You had new ways of looking at things. You had some kind of experience or some kind of encounter that has required you, not asked you, required you to look at life a little different. That's the moment for a new dawn. That's the moment for a grand rising, to expand my vision, to expand my horizons, so that no matter what the thing that faces me, I can take it with a smile. I can take it with an assurity that I'm backed up by a power, by a presence, by an intelligence that allows me to be creative, that allows me to be new in every moment. And so when we want to look at some tools to carry with us, some things to embrace this new dawn, this grand rising of the thing itself, I want to leave you with 3 tools to put in your front pocket or your toolkit or your lunchbox, so that when you get into those moments where you need to try to figure some things out, you can pull out one or all of these tools. The first one is clear intentions. Clear. If your intention is muddled, guess what? Your results are going to be muddled. How many times have you had the idea to do something, but you weren't clear? I want to get a new pair of shoes, or I want to take a new lesson, or I want to meet that person, but you weren't clear on it. You start saying things, well, yeah, I want to meet that person, but they may not like me. Or I want to take a piano lessons, but my fingers don't work too well. You didn't meet them, you didn't play the piano, whatever it was, you didn't do it because the intention was not clear. But think about anything that you've done that you had even a small modicum of success. There was a clear intention to do it. It wasn't haphazard. Not that things can't happen haphazardly, because they do. Because that may be an intention that's in your heart that you may not have expressed yet. But when you are able to express a clear intention that's coupled with the vision, with the affirmation of yes, it works. It works. So the first thing we need to do, whatever we want to do, is have a clear intention of what it is. Verbalize it, visualize it, say yes to it, and then release it. You know, our founder, Ernest Holmes, says there are very few people who have successful gardens that plant the seed today and then go dig it up tomorrow to see if anything happened. You plant the seed, you give it the right environment for it to grow, and it grows. It produces whatever it is, flowers, fruit, shade, whatever it is. So the idea of creating a clear intention and then providing the environment for it to grow is all you need. Because remember, that very first thing was this power is in, through, and around all things. So it's in the seed, it's in the dirt, it's in the air, it's in the water. It's even in the bugs you try to keep away. It's everywhere. So set a clear intention. Cultivate a mindset of positive expectation. Positive expectation. A little different from positivity. I'll put it that way. Because we can get some toxic positivity, where people are so positive that it becomes toxic. You can't really navigate with them. Because I'm clearly looking at something that ain't good and they're trying to make it look good. Doesn't work that way. Clear intentions. The next thing we need in that toolkit is resilience and adaptability. Because when you say yes, something's coming. Something's going to happen. That's requiring you to be adaptable and also be clear. If I get that next slide. So when we look at intentions, when we don't stop daily to do an inventory, all the gazillion things go right in our life. The crazy voice in our head tries to make us their ooh. Oh, I ain't going to say it. Y'all looking at it like, ooh. Wait a minute. What are you saying? Yes. Yes. Because we have to begin to be real with life, right? We can't be, when we get into this toxic positivity and we don't begin to be adaptable and flexible and resilient, you know, they always have this affirmation about the storm and the willow tree and the oak tree. When the storm comes, the oak tree is not that resilient. It's not that adaptable. It normally just gets toppled over and that's it. But if it's a willow tree, that willow tree bobs and weaves and dances within that space of the storm. And after the storm is over, it may be a little mangled and a little twisted, but it's still standing. And as soon as the sun comes back out, what does it do? It starts bending towards the divine guidance of the sun, if you will. It goes to the source of renewal. And so when we look at this idea of being resilient and adaptable, make sure you got a full cup of that. Because life will catch you on the blind side. Catch you on the blind side. Now, you know, our Denver Broncos ain't in nothing this year, unfortunately. But I'll tell you, whoever is in the hunt, they want to make sure that on the blind side of that quarterback, they got a good offensive player to help him when he can't see on the blind side. Has to be adaptable, has to be flexible, have to be resilient. So that's something that we need to take into this new year. The last thing that we need to deal with is collaboration, a collaborative spirit. This is one universe. Now, you hear people talk about the multiverse. I don't disagree. But even in the multiverse, even the multiverses are individual unities that make up one grand unity. We have to begin to learn partnership. We have to begin collaboration. Excuse me, if I can get that slide, Paul. So life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning how to dance in the rain. So when we begin to look at the resilience and we begin to look at the adaptability, that idea leads us into this next slide. It's an African proverb that says this: if you want to go quick, go alone. If you want to go further, go together. There's no person that can stand this storm alone. We have to work together. We have to create a community, a unity, a oneness that allows us to take on the joy and the pain. Because there's a song that says, you know, joy and pain is like sunshine and rain. You need both of them to grow. You need both of them to produce. You need both of them to be creative. And that's what we want to do in 2024. We want to be creative, collaborative, productive, agile, resilient, so we can make dreams come true, so that we can make possibilities happen for the fortunate and for the unfortunate. You know, because it ain't about just me. That's why we have this go together. That's why we work together. And when we do that consistently, when we can consistently have clear intentions, be resilient and adaptable, and understand the idea of collaboration and community, there's nothing that we can't do. There's nothing that we can't achieve. So this grand rising of 2024, this new dawn of 2024 is waiting for you, for me, for us to come together, to be active, to be involved, so that when that dawn comes, when we have that secret moment, we can all sit still and allow it to reveal the secrets that it has for each and every one of us. And so, as always, we have a call to action, because we believe that, you know, inspirational talks are good, but without any actions, they don't really sit well. And so just two little, I was going to say little small things, but they might not be little small things as you get into them. But the first thing is spend time this week setting and reviewing your intentions for the year. Take some time with a cup of coffee, with a cup of tea, where you're not rushed. There are no other things that's going to take you away, but to think about what is it that you want to achieve this year. Write it down, record it, create a vision board, but have some way of checking in as you go through the year. I was about to say measure, but we're not into measurement. We're into achievement. So be able to check in and see if you're off course, to see if I'm still on track. And in some cases, to see if that's still an intention that I want to honor. Sometimes the situation may change. You know, I started my plant in this little small pot to get it started, but that environment doesn't support it anymore. I got to take it and put it outside. So I need to change. So keep that in mind. And then the second thing is develop a plan to realize those intentions. Develop a plan. The old saying, you know, if you don't plan, you plan to fail. If you don't plan, you plan to fail. Have a plan. It doesn't have to be this long, detailed. And as a matter of fact, I would recommend it not be this long, detailed thing, because too much adaptation may need to happen. But have a good plan of how to do it, what you want to do, who the resources are, what the resources are. And when we do that, we will be able to rise in 2024 as a community, as individuals that are looking to create a world that works for all. That works for all. That's people, that's animals, that's plant, that's minerals, i.e. earth, because we need a partnership among all of this. Let us pray. God, the thing itself, that eternal source that is present in all things, through all things. We know and recognize that this essence, this intelligence is in each one of us, in our hearts, in our minds, in our daily activities, as we are here to represent the emanation of power, of spirit, of love, of compassion, of gratitude. And as we embody those ideas and we allow them to uplift us to a grand rising of something new, a new way of talking, a new way of walking, a new way of greeting individuals that we meet, whether we know them or not, we know that the Spirit of God goes before us. And because we know that this power is in all things, we recognize that it is in each and every one of us, and we are capable, ready, willing, and able to utilize that power. And so as we become comfortable this new year in owning who we are, in being true to ourselves, we allow God to guide us, to move us, to uplift us in ways that we've never thought possible. And so right here, right now, I declare for everyone here and anyone that's online that we begin to say yes. Yes to life. Yes to overcoming challenges. Yes to being involved in life. So that when we realize who and what we are in our fullness, we can smile. We can take that moment and allow ourselves to be joyous because we know that the intelligence of the universe is working on our behalf. And so it's because of that idea that I give thanks. I give thanks knowing that even if I don't see the power and presence of the divine, I know it's there. And as I tune in and give thanks and show grace and gratitude, it manifests itself as a grand rising, as a new dawn. And so with that, I just release this into a law that is infallible, to a law that is always working, always in effect, and always bringing forth exactly what is needed. And so with that, I release, I let go, and I know that this is absolutely so, here, now, and forevermore. And so it is, amen. And so it is, amen. And so I want to thank everyone for being here today, and hopefully we got a nugget of grand rising so that we go forth this year and really, really, really do our best to be emanations of the Most High God. So now is that time of sacred giving where we want to thank everyone who supports CSL Denver, whether it's in time, treasure, or talent with their gifts, because we are this year intent on creating a community that works for all. So whether this is your first time with us or you're a returning member, we thank you. And if you look across the bottom of the screen, you'll see the many different ways you can give. You can go to the website and hit the donate button, or you can text to give, or you can send an old-fashioned check or money order to the P.O. box. I don't even know if anybody uses P.O. box anymore. I mean, send checks. But you can if you want to. But we thank you regardless. And so if you will place your hand on your heart if it feels comfortable and repeat our affirmation to seal in this idea. This perfect gift is spirit and form, circulating and blessing all that it touches. Freely I give and joyously I receive, and so it is. And so it is. And so, Paul, if you could bring up that last affirmation for the week that we can work with, so that as we sink this in the light of this new dawn, I am open to positive transformation and abundant blessings. In the light of this new dawn, I am open to positive transformation and abundant blessings. And so it is. And Tim will come up and give us some announcements.
Thank you, Reverend Elzia. Make friends with yourself and others. Join us for fellowship after the service. We have some cupcakes over there, and some coffee and tea, as well as we have a table over there with a lot of information on it. We have older Science of Mind books, magazines that you can take for free. And we have the current issue of Science of Mind, which is for January and February. And they are $4. And there's a little jar there you can drop $4 in if you would like to. That's the same price that's the price of one issue used to be. So you're getting a bargain. And if you'd like to hear some good news of the world, to affirm any good news in your life, we have a link on our Facebook page called And Now the Good News. This program's put together by New Thought Media and airs on Friday at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, or you can watch it anytime during the week. Just go to the Center for Spiritual Living Denver Facebook page, click on any post that says And Now the Good News. New Thought Media has over 40 hours of weekly broadcast programs, and we invite you to go to www.ntmedia.org. Check out what they have. There is something for everyone. And we are so truly blessed by everyone who's chosen to support CSL Denver by showing up on Sundays and watching our services online. We know that as we move through 2024, the divine beloved is guiding and loving each and every one of us. Thank you very much for joining us. As we close out, now we'll close out with Karen Drucker's gratitude. And again, please join us for conversation and so forth after the service.
Hey, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for all that I have. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for all that I have. Hey! Oh yeah. Grateful. I just say I am so grateful every day for all I have. Every day. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for all I have. Every day I say it. Grateful. How I'm grateful. Every day. Oh yeah. I am so grateful. Oh yeah. I'm so grateful. 'Cause I accept and I receive. I am so grateful. Oh yes, I am. I am so grateful. Hey, grateful. I'll just count my blessings.